Welcome to Chai After Dark. This is Shabnam, and I'm here with my co-host Sameem. Today, we are going to be talking about episode 3 of Succession season 1, and it's called Lifeboats. What's up, Sameem? You need a lifeboat today?
I feel like I need a lifeboat. We wanted to record this morning. I was on a long run, and I gashed up my leg on some thorn. San Diego's thorniest thorn. So
Damn.
That's why it took me a little bit in the shower. I had to clean myself up. But I am going to a pool party after this for July 4th. So
Nice. With your t-shirt with cherries on it. I like it.
cherries on top. But yeah, I don't know why this episode is called Lifeboats. What do you think?
They mentioned lifeboats at one point in the series. Again, it was part of a title of an article that was being written about them. Kendall wanted it to be lifeboats, but it was like they used some other thing, like they're like heading to an iceberg, and he was like, but we got lifeboats or something. So it was something like that, I remember, but I don't think it was a great name for the episode.
The Fuck Factory was better.
Shit show at the Fuck Factory was better.
Yeah.
Next time we record, which is going to come out before this episode, I'll talk about my 4th of July also, and you will talk about yours as well. But I'm
not to
going
confuse
to
the listeners. Today's July 4th, right? So we can delete that, or we can let people know. Look how on it we are. 2 weeks in advance.
I know. Hella prepared.
On a holiday.
We're not procrastinators here. Yeah,
on
a holiday.
It's probably the happiest day of the year, right? In terms of America. Like, without external influence.
Sure, I guess. I think that's Christmas, to be honest. I think it's probably Christmas.
Do you say Merry Christmas to people? Or do you say Happy Holidays?
Oh, I say Merry Christmas to people when they're celebrating Christmas, and I say Happy Holidays if it's ambiguous.
Remember, that was the problem in this country like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah. Isn't it so cute? Like, I wish
issue.
we could go back to I wish we could go back to simpler times.
When they were just mad because we were not saying Merry Christmas. We were just brown, and now we're brown and on the ground. Most of us. Should we get started? Because otherwise we're just going to start politically ranting. I don't know what else to say right now. Yeah, let's get started.
Let's get into it. So basically, the episode starts out with Kendall. He wakes up at 4:45 for his first day as CEO because, he needs to follow those 7 rules of like success or whatever. So 4:45, and then he does Tai Chi in his underwear in his home gym. And he gets driven to work by his driver when it's still dark outside, comes in, turns on the lights of the office, and as the new interim CEO of Waystar, he opens the door to his dad's office and basically blows a load. But yeah.
These guys are weird.
I know, right? It's such a power trip. It's really pathetic. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but
these are caricatures of characters that are supposed to be ridiculous, and I think they're taking the ridiculous part pretty far. With like these shenanigans. Like I get it, but I don't know. I don't really understand how you come like that. Like what's he so?
Well, there's
you're excited to go to work.
Right, exactly. Well, there's more coming in this episode.
It is a holiday. Let us talk. Right?
Yeah. So then Marcia, she's the one caring for Logan, obviously. She's his wife. And he seems to be kind of like coming to and coming out of whatever stroke aneurysm he had. And she asks the staff for the Waystar stock price because she realizes that it's like falling to oblivion. But she's also really excited because he put on a sock this morning, apparently, which that is actually like a big feat, I guess, for someone who had a stroke. Pun intended. Big feet. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Got him. So then Shiv and Tom, they have a really nice apartment, by the way, dude. Shiv and Tom, that like, is that a New York apartment? Because it looked really nice, even according to now times. And this was 2018? That was probably like state of the art, like super nice glass staircase with like wooden steps on it. Super nice house.
Ever watched the YouTube videos of the huge mansions and penthouses and stuff in New York? Like sometimes the realtors take you through it. It's pretty insane. Of course,
Oh,
rich people
interesting.
live somewhere, right? They're not living in,
Regular
two-story
house.
walk-ups. Yeah, they
Yeah.
have their own elevator. They have their own penthouse. They have their own floor. They
Yeah.
have their own anything they want, right?
Yeah.
It's these people are wealthy, right? They're not just rich.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch those YouTube videos, but I guess I'll take you up on that since I took you up on your walking tour of Japan YouTube videos that you you watch.
I like how you texted me and you're like, how do you find it? You just type in walking
Yeah.
tour Japan 4K or Malaysia or Botswana, wherever you want to go. Anybody, if you can't afford to travel or you don't want to, just put on YouTube and type in the country you want to go to, turn the lights off, smoke a J, and you're there. Transported.
Well, for the
free.
listeners, Sameem, I mean, I didn't know about turn the lights off and smoke a J, but when you have coffee in the morning, when I was at your house, you put on this walking tour of Japan, of Tokyo in the rain, and you're having your coffee to that in the morning. This was like a few weeks ago when I came to your house, like a month or so ago. And then a couple days ago, I was like, I want to listen to a podcast, but I want it to be like relaxing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do like a walking tour of Dublin, Ireland. And I like did that and it was freaking awesome.
They also have pop-ups of people's comments that says, because it's a live stream and then they put it on YouTube as a video later, and they'll put the comments of the live stream on it. So it'll say like, this is some building or this is this. So it actually tells you also, but I'm not like zoned into the videos. It's more about ambiance. So I don't usually watch those ones. My favorite is you texted me. Then I was like, where do I want to go? So I put on Costa Rica. And this guy was driving around Costa Rica, and then he had his like dash cam, and then he's like, "This is this beach. Look, this is where the girls are." And he like went to a beach, and I was like, "This is kind of creepy." Because then he started like videoing girls in bikinis on a public beach. I get it, you can totally do that, but I felt like there wasn't enough consent.
That's funny. I also did Morocco. I think I did like Marrakesh or something, and the bazaar there. And this woman was like going through a bazaar. The reason why I know it's a woman is because then at some point somebody like asks her like, hello, do you want to buy something? And she has to answer them. She's like, oh, no, thanks. And she's just like holding her phone. And she had to like tell him no a couple times. It was funny.
You know what? Those people look so strange because when my daughter and I went to Chicago last week, we saw them like walking down, the river walk where all the architecture is and the boat tours are. Yeah. And they're like talking into another camera. A guy is following them. Sorry, a guy's in front of them, turned around, walking backwards. And I told Sophie, I was like, what is that? And she's like, those are live streamers. That's what they do. And he's like talking the whole time. And then we actually went on a boat tour. There was a guy behind us that did a walking tour the whole time. And it was kind of annoying because it's like, we just hear him live streaming in line. Whole time.
That's really annoying.
And people were actually like quieting down, so he had his space, which I thought was kind of funny as well. So a lot of respectful people in the boat architecture tours. But I don't think I could live stream my life. Could you?
No.
I can barely put pictures on Instagram.
I'm not interested in live streaming.
Yeah,
I'm just totally not interested in live streaming my life at all.
No,
but
not at all.
Okay, so back to Shiv and Tom. So as they're getting ready in their luxury condo apartment in New York, they're discussing the declining stock price too. And then Shiv says she wants to go visit her dad and she wants Tom to come, but Tom doesn't want to come because Tom wants to show up to the first day of work and, swing his dick around just like Logan's sons are doing. And she's basically like telling him like, come on, you have to come with me. And he's like, don't make me choose. Men have a right not to choose. I was like, okay.
At least he's a feminist supporter of whatever Shiv wants to do.
I think he's just a supporter of whatever Shiv wants to do because he wants to suck at the teat of power as much as possible because he treats everybody else like crap.
It gets a lot worse with Tom and Shiv, by the way. I'm really excited for like episode 5 and 6 for you to see what happens with their relationship.
Oh, wow.
Also, they kind of give a foreshadowing in this episode later.
Yeah. So Shiv and Tom come by the house as the staff are leaving and the staff look pretty upset. And then Marcia basically tells Shiv, no, you can't see your dad. And Shiv and Tom are like, what the fuck? And honestly, so am I. I don't understand how it works with a stepmom because I don't have one. But like, I'm just like, I don't know that I would be okay with someone telling me not to see my sick dad like that.
Yeah, that's why we were talking about last episode. I don't know how long they've been together because none of these people are her kids. So she's the third wife. Connor is
Yeah.
from a previous first marriage. Then I think the next three kids are from whatever second marriage. And then Marcia is from the third marriage, but there's no kids. So I think I agree with you. I don't know. My daughter's had a mom and a stepmom. I could see the stepmom getting a little forceful in 20 or 30 years if that was me. So I could see this happening. Yes.
Interesting.
But not like this. Like this is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think Marsha's protecting herself and the kids are trying to protect themselves.
Yeah, it's unclear. I'm like, maybe Marsha's actually trying to protect him because she feels like his kids are so stupid. If they realize his condition, they might start telling people or something. So like her intentions could be good, but I still think it's like pretty unfair for them to not be able to see her.
Yeah,
so
I watched this twice,
and
and both times I had the same reaction as you. I was like, ugh, this is really weird.
And so like Shiv and Tom try to like talk to the staff to like get information from them, and the staff are like really tight-lipped too, which would annoy me more because then I'd be like more curious like what the hell is going on with him. So back at the office, Kendall's watching the stock price tank with his lawyer, and he's saying that he has a new strategy. And the lawyer's like, okay, what's your new strategy? And he's like, basically, I'm calling it go fuck yourself. And so she's like, I need more information. And he's like, my dad's a bastard. They need to know I'm a bastard. And she's like, uh-huh. And they're both like saved by the bell because he gets a call from the bank, like from a contact at the bank. And after all this talk of like him saying like telling people to go fuck themselves, he turns into like a total bitch, and he basically is like, so can you please not ask for repayment if our stock price falls below 130, like pretty please. And the guy from the bank is basically like, we want our money back, maybe we should go through an intermediary. And then Roman comes in after the call, and after like eavesdropping, and he's like, fuck, that was brutal. He's like such a like salt on a wound kind of guy.
He loves it. I mean, he's going to get COO. He already has his millions of dollars. This guy doesn't give a fuck about anything. I still don't understand why $3 billion is making Kendall go nuts, because they should just have that. Like when Fox News was sued by Dominion, they ended up paying about $1 billion, $790 million or $1 billion or something like that. And it was 5% of Fox News's market cap, but they paid it. And
it's probably hard
to get. Supposed to be like Fox News, liquid $3 billion. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't think, like I know, like as a person in my tax bracket, like how much money I feel comfortable keeping liquid, right? And like versus like, but I don't know if you're like very very wealthy, whether you don't feel like you need to keep that much money. Like I don't know. You know, maybe they don't keep a lot of money liquid.
I think they all live off of loans and credit. Like rich people don't spend money. So that's why they're like, whatever. Also, $3 billion in the 80s? That's insane. Like that's $30 billion today or something. So maybe that's the issue.
Yeah, maybe. So Greg tries to come in to work for his first day, but the reception doesn't even see him on the list. And then Tom and Shiv walk in, and he like waves to them, and they don't care to stop and help him get in. They like literally don't care at all. And the receptionist is basically looking for his name, and then she goes, Greg Roy. And he's like, well, technically it's Greg Hirsch. I'm a Roy on my mom's side, but they basically had him down as Greg Roy.
They don't care about his other name.
They don't.
Yeah, why would they?
They don't. Yeah. The only reason he got even the shittiest job in this company is because his mom's last name is Roy. But yeah. So Shiv talks to Roman and Kendall about how no one has seen Logan in 4 days, and everyone has to take Marcia's word for his mental state, right? I get this. Like this I totally get. Like I was like, I would be 100% on board with this. Like, fine, you are the wife, you want to call the shots, but we deserve to see how he's doing. We deserve to see our dad. Like it's very weird. I don't get this at all.
Yeah, because like what if he's dead and she's just like... okay, let me take care of his will, be the executioner. Let me like look at his will and try to edit it before he dies. It could be anything. I totally understand why kids would be like, this is really strange, but they're also scared of her, right? So they do understand she wields a lot of power. It's not like they can bully her into seeing Logan Roy, but eventually they will have to.
Right. But what if he is not doing well? Don't you want to see him before he dies? Like if he only lives for like another week, and I know this is not what happens probably, because I assume that's not, but if he's only living for another week and she doesn't let them see him for 5 days, like that's still really fucked up, you know?
No, it's a long time, especially since this is his first major injury, it seems like. I don't know if he's had health issues in the past. They don't allude to it, but he looks super unhealthy. So if I was a kid, I'd be like, holy shit, dude, I do need to go see dad. But I don't know. I don't know. I am available for my third wife, but I don't really think it's going to be a go for me after watching these first few episodes. Like, this is kind of crazy.
That's funny. Yeah. But we'll have to see what she's like, and then you can make the decision. But so Tom goes into this conference room because, just like Kendall, he's super excited to have this first day of work and this like higher position and shit on everybody that is below him just to make himself feel bigger and better. So he goes into the conference room and he makes a joke, and he goes to everyone. He's like, I'm here to help fix the Death Star. And everyone's like, womp womp.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, okay, whatever. Yeah, seriously. So Kendall is basically on his way to the meeting as well, because this is his first meeting as the CEO also. And he walks in with all this energy and he starts like clapping like a total corporate tool. When he was doing that, I was like, oh my God, I've been to all hands meetings like this where they do stuff.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, okay. So like you're basically like shitting a brick right before you come in, and then you put on this show. Like, got it, you know?
It reminds me, when I was like 18 or 19, I worked at Fry's Electronics. Do you remember Fry's? Like in Fremont?
Yeah.
I worked at the one in San Jose. It's gone now, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what they would do in the morning. Like, the manager of the store would be like, give me an F, give me an R, give me a Y, give me an S. And we would all do it.
Oh my God, that's so
And this was like
weird.
at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., right? Because Fry's, for some reason, used to open really early for a big box retail store. But yeah, that was like 20-something years ago. But they've been doing this chant shit forever. and then realtors and like other people do a lot of this shit as well, right? Before they have like their sales conventions and stuff.
Humans like a little bit of cultiness, you know, just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
Just a dash. You don't want too much because then it gets bad, but you just like want like a dash of cult in your working environment, I guess.
Is that what it is? Because I was thinking about this morning when I was doing my walk, run, hike, getting injured morning routine. What's happening today in this country in July 2025, I feel like it's a direct result from late stage capitalism, where they tell us you can't ever say anything to your boss. Even in tech, the boss knows all. They say everybody above you is just so almost like this aura where they can't be wrong. And I think I'm agreeing with you, where people think they can't ever be that kind of boss. Like, they don't think they can be even Tom, right? Because Tom is high up, or they definitely can't be Roman. So yeah, I think they like it because that's the closest they can get to power without actually having that power.
But I think it's even more deeper than that. Yeah, there's a spin on it that becomes capitalistic in a corporate environment and whatever. But I think like there's a famous podcast out there that they always say like there's like cult in culture. And that's true too, right? That's what cultures kind of are, right? They're
I agree with you.
In a sense, they're cults. They're just depending on
the first four letters.
Right. So depending on how you feel about it and how it functions, it can either be like more like a cult or just like softer and cute, like a culture, right? So people's experience tells it all, but
I think it's all encompassing, right? Right?
Yeah.
It involves not just the need for acceptance, which I think might be the biggest thing, honestly, because I've been watching those Scientology videos on YouTube. Have you seen those?
No, but I watched Leah Remini's reality series.
Oh, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So there's this guy that his son, I think he died, but then Scientology was like bad mouthing him after the son died. So this guy's like, fuck it, I'm just going to make Scientology disappear. So he goes to the Hollywood location and then he stands there all day and he yells, "Don't go in there, Scientology's a cult. Don't go in there, Scientology is a cult."
Yeah.
And I think people that are listening right now, they'll know what I'm referring to because like it's coming on everybody's algorithm. It's hilarious. So people will walk in there and he's like, "Don't do it. Don't do it." And he's just standing there because he can. But in today's world, everybody knows what Scientology is. I don't actually know what it is, but it's amazing that people can still get caught up in things like that with everything that you see on the internet.
Because I think humans like to be a part of something. They like to have a purpose. They like to be busy. They like to, feel like there's something bigger and feel accepted.
Yes.
You feel like they're doing something important, Yeah. If you lack too many of those things, like you lack validation, you lack community, you lack purpose, the more of those things you lack, I think the more vulnerable you become to like a cult or a culture or whatever it is. So, yeah.
What's the most cultiest thing you've been a part of?
Desi culture. That's why I told you when we started this podcast, I was like, we're not going to do a Facebook group like other podcasts do because we don't need more community. We need less community.
We don't have any community. The only community we have are the emails that we get, chaiafterdark@chaiafterdark.com. And we reply to them and we don't even, Shabnam, we're not even doing social media and stuff, but I guess we do get a lot of emails, but you don't want to start your own cult?
No, I don't want to start my own culture. No, I think like I'm just good with sharing my ideas and people sharing their ideas in comments, emails, posts, reviews. I don't need more culture in my life.
But a cult is defined by somebody that's very outgoing and a larger than life figure that people sort of look up to and deviate towards, and that's what we talked about. It's not just Logan Roy and Waystar. It was Yogi Bhajan from Breath of Fire. Yeah. It's even like Chippendales. Like when Steve Banerjee was getting all that power, look how many people were like, "We'll do anything." That guy, Ruiz or Louise, he's like, "I'll murder people for you." He's like, remember that?
Yeah,
scene?
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I think people are just so two different things. Attracted to power, number one. That's obvious. Because
100%.
Growing up in Desi culture, we literally had like uncles that were like higher status. It was so obvious.
Oh yeah.
And then people would want to like go to their dinner parties. It was like the goofiest thing I've ever. Looking back now, late 80s, early 90s, I was like, what the shit? Like, what the fuck were we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, we were kids, but proximity to power, like Hamilton said that, right? In the play, like proximity to power, and then just your own power if you can get it. Yeah. But that's what makes me laugh the most about corporate culture. People that have those direct lines, like in these Waystar scenes, you have such little power, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you spend your entire life going to elite universities, trying to get into like top companies, trying to get onto Wall Street, trying to get into Google out of college, trying to get wherever you want to get. And then you give up your power every time you join a corporation. Every time you move up, you get power only suited for the power that's given to you in the company that you're in. I'm calling everyone out, and we have so much influence, right? In Desi culture and Muslim culture and brown culture, in all these corporations. If we actually wanted to utilize our power, we could. We're not going to, because we're looking up to people like Kendall Roy.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You see, they piss me off. Does that make sense?
They piss me off too. Yeah, they do.
You have a job though. You might want to be careful.
I mean, I think that's like this is like a ubiquitous thing throughout society too, right? Like, why is it that there are policies of this country that hurt a lot of people of this country and are not beneficial to them and they don't agree with, but we still have them because of the same kind of thing, right? Because for us to have the power that we are stated to have, we have to wield it a little, and that's a risk that people don't want to do, right? So I think it's like not just corporate culture, but in society and everything, you know, people don't want to fight, and
people don't want to fight,
you know.
No. I mean, you want to look. I'm looking outside my window right now. Like I live in a suburban neighborhood in San Diego. Yeah, every single house looks the same. Everybody has the same cars. Everybody's on the same algorithm. Everybody has the same information. but one brain skews one way, one brain skews the other way. And there's seemingly no middle ground, but no matter which way you skew your brain, you still have like millions and tens of millions of people to validate your biases. So life's not that hard, honestly, if you keep people around you that are very similar, right? So I'm only talking about people that utilize culture and cults and, I don't know, power and money to a negative extreme. But for the most part, you're right. People just want to live and not fight.
Yeah.
But fight? Who wants to fucking fight? Like, we can talk like this, but we're not going to do anything either.
No, I know.
I
didn't say I was a fighter. Yeah, exactly.
No, I know. We should be like, we're not fighters. We're just
lovers.
No, are any of these podcast bros fighters, by the way? Like anybody on?
Probably not.
Tell me one person with headphones on for a living that does anything other than what we're doing right now. Yeah, who? No, they all try to accumulate power with politicians and stuff. They don't do a single thing that is going
like
to help
the big
anybody.
ones. You mean? Yeah.
No, I'm seriously, like all these famous like podcasters and stuff. Don't listen to them. Listen to us.
Yeah, listen to us. They suck. Anyway,
should we keep going?
Yeah, let's keep going. So anyway, so during the meeting, Kendall basically tells everyone that his dad is doing well, but he kind of wants to keep it short and vague. And Roman is going like on and on about like, he even put on a sock this morning and like all this stuff. And they're kind of conflicting with each other. And Kendall's just like, shut up. I've been in those moments too with my siblings after my dad got sick, where it's like, okay, you need to calm down and stop giving so much information to other people. So it's kind of interesting. It wasn't in a boardroom though. But
I was going to say, what boardroom?
Basically, yeah. But then basically, this is your favorite part, Sameem. Roman goes into his office, full length window overlooking, I don't know, what is it, like 40th floor or something, overlooking New York City. And he like masturbates into the glass window while millions of emails are like coming into his inbox.
Are you not entertained by that scene? He just needed to get it out.
It's definitely illustrative of him and his character, I guess. Right?
I'm not surprised that he did that. I'm sort of surprised that somebody else is going to clean it up. And like we keep saying, it's the third episode that we're doing. These people have staff to clean up their bodily excrements, whether it's urine.
No, he doesn't. He clean it up.
Does he clean it up?
He does. He cleans it up, and he has to like spit on it to get the glass clean, which is a whole other insane. Like, I swear to God, I was like, what the hell is going on?
That's right. Sorry.
I was like, yeah.
Sorry, this fucker is coming too much. And we also just did Mountainhead, where the guy, the richest man in the world, had to go masturbate before a meeting as well. So remember, like, this is the same writer. So, hey, Jesse Armstrong.
It's insane.
I like to... no, I don't need to make any masturbation jokes. It's fine. Let's keep going.
Okay. So Kendall, he stupidly tells his friend who is a banker named Stu that the bank has his dick in a vice. And especially because people don't love him, he thinks this is going to go poorly. And he's like asking his friend for advice, which I think is like, this is like a terrible idea. You can also tell it's like, he's just inexperienced. It's like, you can't trust... I don't know. He's just such a moron. It's really annoying to me.
I think it's just a very simple fix for him. He's like, oh, $3 billion in debt, which might get recalled if our stock price hits a certain low. I need $3 billion from someone. Like, I think that's all he can think about, right? So the dude is like 38 or something, right? He's supposed to be pretty young. Like, there's no way you can run this massive corporation. Well, let me take that back, because Rupert Murdoch did give Fox News to his son. And
I don't think it's his age. I don't think it's his age.
He's an idiot.
He's just green and stupid. Yeah.
He's supposed to be incompetent, but at least he's trying to do the right thing. Shiv and Roman are complete assholes. I wouldn't say Kendall's definitely an asshole, but like, he's trying to be serious, which makes it more hilarious.
Yeah.
Like they're idiots, but they have the same power potentially that he does. But he's taking it all seriously, and Roman's masturbating against a window.
Yeah. So Tom sees Greg, and Greg treats him like crap and starts making fun of him for wearing shoes and taking snacks home in a literal doggy bag, but it's like a doggy poop bag. And they have this entire conversation about that. And Tom is like, don't you think that's weird? And he's like, no, because there's not actual poop in it when they sell it to you. It's just a bag. And he's like, yeah, but it's a poop bag. And they have this whole conversation about that. It's hella crazy.
Is that when he says my credit card got maxed out? I'm staying at a youth hostel for $80 a day.
Yeah, that's when he says that. Yeah.
I'm like, shit, dude. These people have billions of dollars. He's staying at a hostel.
Yeah, it's so insane. And after hazing him, Greg ends up going to his like new desk where he eats his office snacks and he does sexual harassment training. It's just like,
yeah, we got it.
Okay.
Hey, if anyone needs to do sexual harassment training, it's Waystar employees. So all good.
Yeah. It's actually Waystar executives probably more than anyone else, but yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm really, really excited to talk about the next few episodes with you. It shit gets pretty White Lotus-y.
Okay.
We're going to have to talk about, we might have to talk about bro jobs again. I'm just putting that out there.
Interesting.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, I don't write this, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say right now because I haven't seen it, but I'm sure I will have plenty to say when I watch it.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So Shiv meets up with her friend Nathaniel, and they're awfully flirty.
Nathaniel.
It's a whole different vibe than when she's with Tom. She's like girly and flirty. With Tom, she's like a dom, hardcore all the time. And with this guy, she's like giggly and stuff. And then basically she tells him she needs a referral to do a background check on Marcia because now she's getting suspicious.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. So the CEO of their competitor visits Kendall to gloat, and he's basically starts mentioning mergers and buyouts and stuff. So you could see he's like, hey, you want me to take you over? Want to bend over for me? And like, obviously Kendall's kicks him out, but you can tell like, you know, he's like a ruthless businessman and he's got something in mind because he's like an older businessman with a lot of experience. And no one's gonna come visit you in person to say that, talk about mergers and buyouts unless they already have some kind of plan. And I don't know if he's smart enough to like realize he should be going into like defense mode after kicking him out.
No, I know what happened, so I'm not gonna ruin it for you. But yeah, the merger thing, you know, becomes a big storyline.
Okay. So Kendall and Roman and their lawyer discuss kind of what to do about this visit and what to do about the company in general. Roman thinks it's better to discuss with their shirts off. He's like, if you take your shirt off, we'll have a better discussion. So he takes his shirt off and then he gets Kendall to unbutton his shirt and start walking on the table. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, these humans are not normal.
Getting very close to bro jobs. I'm just kidding. It's not like physical, but it's getting a little weird.
Yeah. So they're planning on doing layoffs and sell-offs. They call it a structured retreat. And so Roman says, we just have to like get dad to say yes. So then Kendall's like, okay. So he goes to see his dad and his baby mama and kids are already there. And they, again, are not allowed to see Logan because Marcia's not letting them. This is so freaking weird. It's like really annoying.
I know.
So he tells Marcia to tell Logan that they are retreating tactically, and she says, I'm sure you're doing the right thing. And he starts to feel more confident, which is stupid because he shouldn't, because he sucks.
Yeah.
And then go ahead. Sorry, you were going to say something?
I think it's just because Logan Roy's coming back and Marcia knows that. And I think this is where it's starting to become more clear. That's why she's like, let these kids run around and fuck around, but Logan Roy's coming back. So that's why she's not super concerned about what they're doing. That's how I'm taking it. That her I guess, what do you call it? Like her lack of involvement. She's like, oh, whatever. Because it's her money too. It's her company too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kendall asks his finance friend Stu to invest $4 billion in Waystar. And Stu says that he is hungover and wants a line of cocaine before he decides.
Nice.
The way he was saying it, where he was like, let's go to the bathroom and do a little, like he was making hand movements. I thought he wanted to like hook up with Kendall. I thought he was like, let's go to the bathroom. Can you give me a blowjob? And then that's what I thought it was at first. I was like, what? And then I realized,
I wouldn't put that past a powerful person, right? Like just to like get Kendall on his knees. I could see that. He's like, yeah, I'll give you $4 billion if you give me a board seat and you have to blow me. So yeah, I wouldn't do it. I don't need that kind of power in my life, but I could see Stu doing that. Stu seems like a complete shithead.
Right. And I could see Kendall doing it too, right?
Oh,
so
Kendall's so desperate. Like, ever suck crack for $3 billion? Sorry, suck cock, not suck crack. Smoke crack.
Yeah. No, Stu would suck crack for...
I don't know how you do crack, so I was trying to emulate a line from Jon Stewart in this movie called Half Baked that came out in
Dave
1996. Dave Chappelle, and Jon Stewart gets up. He's like, "Have you ever sucked dick for crack?" I have. I forgot the context of the scene, but it's a very poignant scene in my life.
I'm sure. And it's probably for Stu too. So Stu basically says he will need stock and a board seat. And Kendall says as long as his family retains control, he's fine with whatever. He just basically wants the $4 bill. And so they kind of like end on a good note. And then Tom goes and tells Greg that he's been looking at employee emails, which by the way is totally legal, he says. And then he goes and meets with his team and asks them if they could live anywhere in the world and do anything, what would they want to do? And right then, like everyone's like, what? Like, what are you even talking about? And then Shiv calls him and he goes back outside the conference room. And this is what I'm talking about. He turns into like a child. Like he becomes a complete bitch in front of her. Like she is totally the dom in that relationship, which is fine if that's how they both normally were. But you see that they act totally different with other people, especially Siobhan with that Nathaniel guy. I'm like, wow, there's like so many like weird toxic dynamics going on here.
But you've never met a girl that's mean to her husband or mean to her family and nice in real life? Sorry, not a girl. I shouldn't say that. A person that does that. I've seen it so many times. It's a choice. It's an active choice. And Tom and Shiv, that's just the people they are. And the show does a really good job of showcasing that. What is your prediction of where the Tom and Shiv thing goes in this first season? Like,
I think they're going to have a marriage of convenience. Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's not that I've never seen this before. It's just those are not my values, you know?
Yeah.
Well, also like marriage is functional. It's not like, it's like financial and like logistical. It's not emotional, right? So like their whole like value system is different. Right. And like, I know that people do that. I know that people all throughout history and even today, people marry for financial reasons. They marry for logistic reasons. They marry for status, right? And not necessarily the emotional fulfillment of it. But I don't like that. That's not what I...
Yeah. This is a lot different
than
how you were talking about like our moms, our dads came here, married people they barely knew and decided to get on a flight when... commercial airline travel wasn't even that like it wasn't even in the world for that long, and they got here like in 1971 or some shit. That's a lot different than marrying someone solely because of power and money, right? Like Tom isn't sexy, right? Shiv's like she's not like, oh my god, Tom's a sexy dude. He's like the most milquetoast dude I've ever seen, right? Like he's,
you know what he is though? He's a suitable boy for her in their world.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's
like
a
he's a good match. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a puppy for her, and he's like, you know, societally and status wise, like enough of a match that the family is like okay with it. Right. That's what it comes down to.
There's a lot of storylines that mix in with other shows that we've done. It kind of reminds me of You when not you, Shabnam, You, the series. Everybody go back and listen. We did 3 episodes of season 5, and I don't remember the name of the husband, but both sisters essentially wanted him. He was kind of the same thing, except he was better than Tom, I would say. But he was having an affair with the other sister in that series. So I'm not sure, but they just had a man too, right? That was willing to do anything because they were powerful women as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, Shiv did get a reference from Nathaniel on somebody that could do a background check on Marcia, and the background check is done and she gets it back. And she basically tells Tom and Connor that she thinks Marcia could be a Black Widow based on her travels around Lebanon and other places. You know, just a little bit of like sprinkling of casual Arab racism and Islamophobia in here. Like, you know, obviously, we're in America, right? So
no big deal. No big deal.
No big deal. So they're all going up the elevator to see Logan, all the siblings. And Marcia tries again to stop Shiv, but now she's on fire and she's on her high horse. So she basically insists, and she goes and runs into her dad's room. And he is out of his mind a little bit. And he like thinks that she is his wife or lover or something. And so she says all this stuff to him, and then he goes, I love you. And then she's holding his hand, and he tries to put her hand on his dick. And then she like runs out of there. And,
told you.
Yeah.
It's gross. Like, Marsha said, don't go in there. Like,
yeah.
Now you went in there.
Yeah. You know, all I'll say is aging is very weird. And people that can manage financially and logistically, if you can have somebody else care for your parent in the like intimate ways, like taking them to the bathroom, shower, like stuff like that, you should do that. Because if you ever have to like be in those situations, you really stop looking at them as your parent, and that really sucks. So my 2 cents. So anyways,
maybe we were too
Marsha
hard on Marsha then earlier in the episode, because if she does have his best interest in mind, I could see that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. So basically, Marsha says morning is not a good time for him, and that he basically just has his morphine, so he's not himself, and he's extra confused. And Shiv's just kind of like, you know, she's like shell shocked. And then Marsha tells Shiv, hey, ask me directly next time if you want to know anything about me. She basically figured out that Shiv did the background check, and Shiv just can't get out of there fast enough. She's just like totally shell shocked.
You probably don't want to be fucking with Marsha. Maybe she is a terrorist mercenary person. Maybe she's from Al Jazeera. Yeah. Then she's just here to fuck up Waystar.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. I don't
know. So Kendall goes back to the bank and tells them what they're offering is buzzstraw castration. And he says, we will repay in full. Goodbye and fuck you.
Fuck you.
So he's on this high horse now because, you know, he obviously got this money from Stu. And so Kendall celebrates with a night out with his ex. And he tells her that the situation has made him think about all the things he loves. And he really loves her. And she goes, noted. I'm not sure I do. And he's like, yeah, you do. And he says, look, one of us is going to be unhappy. And I don't know why it should be me. And she says, you sound like a psychopath. And then they sleep together.
I know.
Everybody in the show's insane.
Well, I mean, they were married. They're still married. So I understand that part. But yeah, like, it's the most.
I mean, it turns her on that he's a psychopath. Like, that's kind of, I don't know.
Well, if she married him when they were younger, did she not know that he was a complete tool? Of course she knew. Like, if he's like this in his late 30s, early 40s, he wasn't any better in his 20s. I don't know how long they've been together, but she slept with him before. She's going to sleep with him again. But I agree with you. Like, I wouldn't do it. Like, hey, I don't go back to exes. I only look forward.
That's the way to do it. Look forward.
Speed bumps, not stop signs. Actually, that doesn't make sense. I don't look in rearview mirrors, only outside the front.
Only the windshield.
Bigger the front. I don't know.
All right. Okay. So Roman then, his trainer walks in and he threatens his trainer with a lawsuit. Yeah. He's like, do you have insurance? Because my back's been killing me. And the guy like totally freaks out. And then Roman goes, just kidding. And he's like, but you need to take your job more seriously. I think they're throwing in every kind of like asshole character building that they can in these first few episodes. But it's a little much, I feel like. But I don't know.
Are these shows showing you something new about these kind of men? I think this is coming from somewhere, like we've been saying, like the power that they get from doing things like this. Like my roommate that used to show me his dick. He thought he was getting power from it, and I think Roman's doing the same thing to his trainer. By the way, it's pretty homoerotic, right? It seems like Roman is like flirting with this guy, right?
It almost, it almost felt like maybe they're going to hook up or something.
The trainer, right? You're talking the trainer and Roman.
Yeah, the trainer.
Yeah, I thought so too.
No, the trainer and Roman.
Happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I thought I mean,
it didn't happen yet.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I think Roman might be a bisexual character, right?
Yeah, and I was thinking when I saw that scene, I'm like, maybe in the next few episodes they're going to hook up. I don't know. But
when you have 4 kids, one of them's going to be a little gay. Sorry, is that... I think so.
No.
Like on a scale, Like, it doesn't mean you're not all married to the opposite sex, but I don't think anybody is 100% straight all the time, 4 of us. So I have 3 siblings.
So which one of your siblings? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, you have 3 siblings.
Look, I don't care. I can say it. I'm probably the most gay out of the 4, but that doesn't mean I'm gay or anything. It just means that I wear shorter shorts because I live in San Diego. I think that's about the extent of it. Yeah. Though I met somebody about a month ago, and they asked me several times if I was gay. And then he said,
I think you talked about it.
I think I told you that, right? Like a month ago, 2 months ago. And then I was like, no. But then he insisted. Like, he knows.
But, there's a certain Bollywood type of character that if you transport that kind of character into U.S. Western standards, they will read as on a scale on your gaydar. Brian and I were talking about this last night. Right. And so there's also like different cultural things too. Right. So like, I don't know.
But you and Brian were talking about me being gay?
No, we're talking about Bollywood, like a.
Someone's going to take that clip and send it to my parents.
No, like Salman Khan dancing in the rain.
Oh, I got
like
you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And Brian's like, women think this is attractive. And I was like, well, there's a type of Desi woman that thinks that's attractive, and then there's a type of Desi men that try to emulate that because they think that's attractive. But there's also what?
I don't agree. Remember the Usher Super Bowl show? What's the difference between him and Salman Khan taking his shirt off and dancing in oil?
Well, yeah. So I guess there's an equivalent of that in American culture too, right? Like where there's like a very like metro guy, right? But like basically I was like, don't worry, that's not my type because he's not like that. I was just like
Brian dancing.
yeah, it's not like,
I mean, do dudes call each other and they're like, hey, you know what we should do tonight? We should go dancing. Like that. Me, Brian, Sami, Umar, we should all go dancing. So look at your face.
Yeah, I'm like, Brian wouldn't go. And I'm just like,
we already tried, my friends. The 4 of us, to go to Vegas, and it didn't work out because I think all 4 of us were like, I don't think we should go to Vegas together.
Well, also, that didn't work out because the timing couldn't align
that's right,
with... Yeah.
I was pretty like, I don't know if I'm going to Vegas with all of you. Unless we're going dancing, right? So my Vegas adventures would have been a lot different than what they want to do. Wake up early and play golf and shit. No.
Yeah, actually, I don't think Brian would wake up early.
That was a different. Sorry, that was a different Vegas group thread.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish this up. My neighbors are having a party. I'm gonna go over there. Actually.
All right, cool. So Kendall's ex-wife, her name is Brava, I guess. That's what I
Rava,
caught it as. I don't know if Rava. Okay, Rava.
Drop
so
the beat.
Kendall's ex-wife. Yeah. Okay, Kendall's ex-wife Rava, she basically wakes up in the morning and she like leaves to go get the kids. She's like, I want to get the heck out of here. It was total.
She didn't wash her hands
for her, but for him,
she didn't wash her hands.
Oh, after she went to the bathroom, right? Like, ew.
And she fucked him. That's like kind of gross.
Yeah, that is really disgusting. Maybe she washed her hands after fucking him, but
no, you got to take a shower, lady. Kendall.
Yeah, I know.
Ew. You got to shower after that.
It's really gross.
You didn't even wash your hands?
I don't know.
And you probably went to the bathroom before bed, too.
And she's probably going to make her kids lunch with those hands. That's what's disgusting.
She went to go get the kids after getting, gross-ass man. Yeah. Kendall.
So she still isn't convinced and doesn't really want to be with him. And he, takes offense to that because he's a moron. So then she tells Kendall that she actually got a lawyer, and that like hits him really hard. And then Marsha calls Kendall and tells him that his father wants to see him. So he goes over there and he goes to his dad's room and he finds his dad sitting in a chair watching the news. So he's like, okay, maybe he's doing better. He greets his dad and he starts telling his dad about the stock tanking and how he found them a private equity solution and he's sorted it all out and he's super proud and he's like waiting for his dad to finally tell him, you are so amazing and I'm so glad that you were in charge. And his dad turns to him and slowly says, you are a fucking idiot. And his balloon bursts and shrivels smaller than an old man's balls. And it's like the most epic fall ever. It's totally brutal. Then we see Greg walking through Central Park with his new shoes, and he sees Stu talking to the CEO of Waystar's competitor that came to visit Kendall during this episode. And obviously they don't recognize him, but he recognizes them because he's been going around the office lurking and noticing things. And so he's like, wait a minute. And he's starting to put the pieces together. And that's the end of the episode. So I'm hoping that Greg is going to be a little bit of a hero in this.
Yeah, I've only watched the first season, so I know what happens with Greg and stuff, but I don't know what happens in like 2, 3, 4. I'm actually very curious as well. So this is a very good first season. You're going to enjoy it. And the way that the dad wakes up and tells Kendall to fuck off, like, come on. He's not going to be able to come back from that for a while.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. So this has been episode 3. We'll be back next week with episode 4. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Chai After Dark. Find us on all podcast platforms and follow us there. And also give us a 5-star review and write us a little note, only positive stuff. If you want to give us criticism, do it to our email. Thanks. Dun, 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 dun.
My window's looking a little clear. Hold on. Gotta go.
Don't look in the rear view.